Hi, and welcome to RedTrack stream. I don't know, it's probably number 22. And today we have an amazing guest in our studio. Welcome, Gabby. She is the head of affiliate growth from Digistore24. And she is here to answer all the questions about how to run traffic for Digistore24 products and probably more. And we hope that with this stream, we'll be able to answer all your questions right now live and later on in recordings about how to run traffic, how you actually make profits with Digistore24. And then whenever you ask this to our support team, because we don't know, we do a tracker, we'll share the link to this great stream and to all the insights that will be shared now. So we have first comments, but for all the participants, now we start with talking. We deliver content, but basically not me, just Gabby, and then we do the Q&A session. So without further ado, please take the show. I'm doing like this, going small screen. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Vlad, and hello everyone watching right now. So great to see you all on the stream. Again, thanks again. And yeah, as Vlad had mentioned, my name is Gabby. I've been in the affiliate space for about 5 years now. I've done everything from running large-scale launches, docuseries launches, to doing straight sale Nutra, to doing lead generation. So I've touched quite a number of places in the space. So I'm very glad to be here and representing Digistore right now. So if you don't already know, Digistore24 is a full service online sales platform for both vendors and affiliates to help automate their businesses and maximize their revenue. So just a little bit about what that means on the vendor side is that we host things like landing pages. We help you build out those landing pages, build out your sales funnel, all while Digistore takes care of a lot of things on the back end, including payment processing, accounting, fraud prevention, taxes, things like that. And on the affiliate side, aside from getting to talk to me all the time, we offer a very, very, very wide variety of high quality offers, high converting offers, spanning across actually about 20 different niches. And in total, there are just over about 8,000 offers on the platform. This is, again, combining both the US side of the business for US only traffic and international traffic. That being said, if you are very curious, our top niches right now are nutraceuticals, so health, wellness, and fitness, biz ops, make money online, investing space, and personal development. So without further ado, I will get into how you can start to make a little bit more money, hopefully a lot more money, doing affiliate marketing on Digistore24, and these tips can be used pretty much on any other affiliate platform, so keep that in mind too. So first and foremost, what I see a lot is that affiliates will come to me and say like, hey, I only have Facebook traffic, I only have email traffic. And while that's totally fine in this ever-changing landscape, especially when it comes to things like compliance, technological advancements, it's important to start diversifying your traffic channels, right? Because one day, I'm sure everyone has kind of dealt with ad accounts being shut down. If you're an email marketer, sometimes you'll run into issues where you'll be hitting the spam inbox, things like that. So really what we've been seeing, at least on the Facebook side of things, is while Facebook is still bread and butter for a lot of people have been switching over to YouTube traffic. YouTube, again, it's not new. YouTube has been around for a long time, but it's becoming more and more popular as things like Facebook regulations, particularly in some niches in particular, just become much more difficult to run traffic. And therefore, sometimes a lot more difficult to gain meaningful revenue, right? A meaningful ROI. And whatever that ROI means for you, whether it's 70% or 150%, again, it is important to start diversifying those traffic channels, especially if you're a brand. See, brands are a little bit different because you have an online presence that is much more meaningful to people, interactive, and there's a lot more content that's involved. If you are a brand, people need to be reaching you from all different kinds of channels and areas. And it just helps with a lot of even your own internal cross-pollination marketing. That's definitely one tip for you. In terms of also, again, being able to diversify those channels comes with a lot of testing. Test and test and test. I cannot stress that enough. Just because something is not working one day doesn't mean that it won't work another day, right? It could also just be seasonal. So whether you're testing, test out different landers. Does your community prefer VSLs or do they like TSLs, the long form sales letter? A lot of people are moving into e-commerce style marketing too, right? So do they like more e-commerce pages? If you are a brand, very white hat brand, I really, really implore you to look into a lot of e-com style landers. I think that's really going to take you far in 2021. And again, if you're an affiliate promoting those style pages, it's really important to make sure the pages you promote match the audience you're promoting to. Right? Again, I can tell you, as also a consumer, I'm a 27-year-old female. The way you market to me is going to be very different from the way that you would market to Vlad, right? At least I would think so. So again, testing landers, testing different pre-landers. Advertorials are really great if you run native traffic. So that's something you want to look into for sure. Different copy, images, headlines. I've seen situations in the past where sometimes, it's being able to actually just change one word that will bring a conversion rate from 1% to 2.5%, right? So being very particular about those things. And another thing too is that, when you're building ads, when you're running traffic, email or paid traffic, look at what other people are doing. And I think that's a very important thing. So sign up for your competitors' newsletters. Make sure that you're watching other people's ads. It's very important because if you're seeing things consistently over and over again, there's a very high probability that they're actually working, right? So again, it's not, you never want to copy anyone's work, right? But just looking at other people's things to get inspiration because again, if you're seeing it all the time, it's probably working really well, right? No one needs to reinvent the wheel here. So that's also something that's super helpful. Another thing that I think that's going to bring a lot of affiliate success is actually working with their affiliate managers and asking the right kinds of questions, right? So what I really run into a lot as an affiliate manager, and again, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, is that people will come to me and they'll say, hey, this offer didn't work, or I'm not making money, and then provide no context. And as much as I would love to be a mind reader, as much as we would all love to be mind readers, we're just not at the end of the day. So it's being able, to also, one, as the affiliate manager, always being able to ask, like, what do you mean? What do you mean this isn't converting? I've also run into a lot of situations where the landing pages will be exactly the same exact copy, funnels will be the same, but when you hit the cart pages will be different, right? And that might be because you're running it on 2 different platforms or what have you. But those small, minute differences can make a huge world of change when it actually comes to you as an affiliate being able to make money, right? So it's not that the offer is not necessarily working. It's that, it might be working on a different platform just because the pages might have been built differently, right? So looking out for those small nuances, because the way that offers work is that unless a network or a platform has offer exclusivity, you're probably going to find the same offer with a few different people, right? And depending on how that offer's set up, it can convert the same or it can convert differently. So those are just kind of small nuances you want to look out for. And again, as an affiliate manager, it's important that you also look through those funnels. If any affiliate managers are watching this too, look through those funnels and see, what those potential differences are, right? Because at the end of the day, the affiliate to affiliate manager relationship is also a two-way street. Like, again, one of my favorite things, not only is it my job, is to make you money, right? And I can't necessarily do that. We can't do that unless, you help us in that relationship too. So again, it's being kind of specific with what you want, what traffic you're driving, things that have worked for you in the past, so that we as affiliate managers can better set you up to succeed, because that's what we're here to do. We just want to set you up to succeed. So the other thing too is being able to ask about new offers and what's working right now. So I, on a daily basis, will speak to anywhere from 20 to 60 affiliates sometimes, right? I'm talking to a lot of people all at once. So it's definitely in your best interest to continually be asking, what are people running? What's working? What EPCs are you seeing for this specific traffic type? Because I think that's something that gets convoluted as well. You will always, there are going to be times where you're going to ask, what's the conversion rate? What is the EPC? And then you'll get not necessarily an arbitrary number, but an inflated number, right? So someone might come back to you and say, the conversion rate on this offer is 5%, and the EPC right now is $4.50. Well, if you're a Facebook media buyer, what does that actually mean? Because if this is warm email traffic, those numbers are warm email traffic. That's a very different reality versus when you would start running traffic and, your EPCs and conversion rates might be much, much lower, which isn't necessarily a problem. But when, you're promoting to warm traffic versus cold traffic, there are huge differences in conversion rates and EPCs. That's just something natural that kind of comes with the territory. So being very aware about what those, what numbers you're actually getting, what that data and what those stats actually mean. You don't have to be a statistician to be able to kind of decipher through those numbers. Additionally, when it comes to numbers as well, the other things that you're going to want to pay attention to is just seasonality. I've been in the Nutra space for quite a long time, and I can tell you, prime time for Nutra, creme de la creme, the bread and butter of Nutra in general is going to be Q1 and Q2, right? New year, weight loss season, that is when health and wellness does really, really well. It does kind of taper off again in the summer and Q4, just because people aren't necessarily looking for those offers, but it goes back to, again, new year, new me. At least that's a very American concept. So if you're promoting to an American audience, weight loss and health and fitness stuff is just really great to promote for Q1 and Q2. It's not that you can't promote it down the line, but even within niches, right? Things of seasonality, because you can have things like blood sugar offers, tinnitus offers. Oddly enough, what does well all year round, and I promise you, is like fungus offers, right? They're not seasonal offers. People can have fungus or issues with tinnitus year round. So being able to pay attention to those nuances is also really important. And any good affiliate manager will definitely just keep you informed about seasonality. So that's really what happens with Nutra. And on the flip side, if you're doing much more lead gen, things like payday and consumer loans, those are really big in Q3 and Q4, at least in the United States, where we have those kinds of offers and provide those kinds of services to people when, we have the holidays and people kind of just need quicker cash, right? In Q1 and 2, it's not as big. It's not necessarily as needed. It's just a seasonality thing. So paying attention to that as well. And another thing is always paying attention to what's happening globally. I mean, we are coming out of a pandemic. We all know what living through this has been like. And kind of during the height of it, I was working for a company that we were doing a lot, really big volume and big numbers with masks, right? So we were doing masks and sanitizing wands, and those were some offers we had. Those were obviously huge hits because, again, just very seasonal, very timely. And we were also lucky enough to be able to onboard offers like that very quickly. So paying attention to those. I also remember there was a time where we were doing, again, a lot of volume with antivirus software, particularly in Europe, right? So we were doing a lot of Norton McAfee, which, if you had seen the news yesterday, the founder of McAfee is no longer with us on this planet, and things like Total AB, right? And I personally think that had a lot to do with changing privacy laws in Europe. But again, paying attention to what's also happening on a global scale is definitely important to what's happening with how consumers are buying, right? Because at the end of the day, your ability to make money also comes down to knowing how to sell to your audience and what your audience wants to purchase. I learned from a mentor of mine, sometimes what you have to do is take off your affiliate manager hat or whatever hat you're currently wearing and put on your consumer hat, right? Because again, just because we are marketers in the space doesn't mean that we're also not consumers. So that's also just kind of a good tip to have for yourself is paying attention to what's happening in the world, right? And another thing too is when it comes to offers and being successful in promoting offers in particular, being able to, create meaningful revenue and ROI for yourself is offer exclusivity, right? And this is something that's really important in the space as a whole. So obviously, I've seen offer longevity is a very interesting topic nowadays because it wasn't a situation. It's just, again, offer longevity. So we had this huge offer on the platform on Digistore24. It's still a monster of an offer as a weight loss offer. It's called Medicore. If any of you have heard of it, just huge numbers. Like one affiliate, it was his first time ever running Facebook traffic. He ended up doing $12 million in revenue in just Q4 alone on this one offer. That being said, a lot of people that I work with and manage had done millions of dollars in revenue just off this one offer. That being said, the offer started to tank after about 2.5, 3 months. And that was because everyone on the internet had seen the offer by then. And so that's just something to kind of be aware of, is that yes, as a media buyer, as an emailer, it's very important to keep sending out hot, high converting offers, but also just know in the back of your head that there's a very real reality that time limit's going to burn out eventually. You can't burn the candle on both ends when it comes to offers, and you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. Just like everything else in the world, you have to apply the 80-20 rule to it. So 80% of your overall revenue is really going to come from a pool of 20% of the offers that you run at any given time over the course of your marketing career. That being said, just be aware that it's a very real reality. The other thing as well is that it's also important to ask your affiliate managers if any of the offers that you're running are exclusive, or if they have any exclusive offers, because I promise you, there's a very high chance, not even a high chance, there's probably a 100% chance, but I'm going to leave it at 99%, that there are private offers on that network and that platform that you haven't seen, right? And it's not because they don't want you to run them. It's just because the vendor and the product owners themselves actually, they don't want a ton of affiliates running all at once. They don't want their offers to become oversaturated, right? They want to be able to extend the longevity of their offers for as long as possible. So they'll only take small handfuls of affiliates. So again, that also comes back to having that good relationship with your affiliate manager so that they can provide you those offers, because they do exist and they're in the back. And not only that, we can introduce you to the owners, and the product vendors and all the other important people that you would need to know to not only build a long-lasting relationship with the platform, but with the actual offer owner. And I think that's really one of the biggest differences that, differentiates a regular run-of-the-mill kind of affiliate who doesn't want to be involved in the space versus someone who, puts in the effort, puts in the grit and the time to build those relationships which do pan out in the long run. It's also something that I love so much about Digistore is that we have the ability to do that. And all of the product owners they're equally as great people, right? That also kind of bleeds into the space too. One of the phrases that I hear most often is that a rising tide lifts all boats. We all, even though we're competing a little bit, we all need to be helping out our other marketers, affiliates to vendors as well. Community is key when it comes to actually being able to propel yourself further into the space, whether that's building your own offers or making a lot of revenue. It's just community is key, because the community here really won't let you down. Again, it's about communication, It's about building those relationships, which is what being an affiliate manager is all about, but also being able to just propel yourself into the space, helping you get revenue, because that's what we're here to do. As affiliate managers, our job is to make you money and provide you with the best white glove service that we possibly can. And on the flip side, you know, we are it's just really fulfilling when things go well and everyone can make money, right? It's one of my favorite things. And again, I'm going to leave this on a little last note so we can get into some questions, because I don't want to talk you guys all to death here. But reevaluate if things aren't working for you, reevaluate what you're currently doing, right? So don't just ask, how do I do X, Y, and Z? Prepare questions that are, I mean, even if they're not aimed towards me, I'm just, as a general phrase, prepare questions that are much more, okay, I have been doing X, Y, and Z, I've been promoting X landing page, maybe like this is the copy I've been using, these are the audiences I'm targeting, or if you're an emailer, I'm sending on this schedule X amount of times a week, this is what I'm currently doing, here's where I am, I would like to be, here instead of XYZ at ABC, how do I get there, right? Because posing the right kinds of questions, and again, sometimes it's hard to know what to ask, but again, just stating what you're doing, knowing where you want to be, that's going to help, again, the community and affiliate managers, that's going to help us help you. So just again, knowing kind of how to pose those questions, because it's not really beneficial, and it's a very hard start to ask a question is, how do I make $1,000 in a week? How do I make $10,000 in a week? How do I do 100K a day? Right? Well, think about where you are, reevaluate where you are, and then have open and honest conversations about what your current business strategy is, what your goals are, and where you want to be. Because if we know where you are, we know the journey that you've taken and the path that you're currently on, we can much better set you up to succeed and achieve all of those goals that you have. So that was kind of all of my little tips and tricks. I hope that was helpful. Vlad, thank you again, and I think we're ready to turn it over to Q&A.
And first of all, I would like to thank you very much. I mean, I've done my share of streams. I'm not sure I would be able to talk for 20 minutes straight. And, well, I can talk for 20 minutes straight. People have seen this. But to keep those 20 minutes talking packed with insights and actually great advice, that's great to have this stream, because now whenever somebody asks, hey, what we do next, I say, okay, you watch stream, whatever it will, 22, and you know what to do next. Because, I mean, so many things, so many great answers to the questions that often arrive to our support team, and like my native affiliate managers, my account managers, we know how tracking works. We have no idea why would Facebook not convert on this particular offer. Now we know how to reply properly. Okay, good. For the questions part, let's start with this one. First of all, with some hellos. This goes from Sigil. And now the question. First one. And let's start with you, Gabby, and then I will add to it.
Okay. First question right off the bat. Do I need to buy a bunch of websites? A lot of this depends on what you're actually doing. So if you're doing if you own a brand, I would definitely buy up those domains. It's a yes and no answer. If it's something that makes you feel a lot more comfortable, if you're doing things like paid advertising, and you want to like redirect to your own landers or drive traffic to your own landers, for sure. I would definitely suggest doing that. If you're just really doing email traffic, I would definitely have a domain or two just to keep, but you don't need to buy a bunch of websites and kind of have all that hosting. If you're a blogger, for instance, definitely do it. Definitely do it, and backlog and backload a lot of content, because that will help you. That'll help you in the Google rankings too. Having content and constantly updating your sites.
Cool. And I want to add that we have couple of users in RedTrack who do organic traffic, And we've seen a site, just one site, that constantly promotes a fixed set of offers, and it's like making money on autopilot. So the question is, can you do 3, 4, 5 sites like this? And probably yes. So you can invest into those sites. And if you want more details, we had a great stream with 2 guests, and we are talking about paid ads versus search engine optimization, comparing different methods. So I suggest you scroll RedTrack stream archive, find that one. It had great insights on running multiple sites, especially for Google optimization. So thank you for this question. Let's go to the next one. Um, Now, this one probably will be tough one since you're running US operations, but let's see if you can answer this one.
Okay. I tried registering at Digistore from Nigeria and it did not go through. What's the way forward, please? So there are a number of countries that we do not accept traffic from or people signing up from. I do not know that list off the top of my head. But if you do email our support, I don't have that email available right now.
Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, if you do go through our website and email support, our support team is actually phenomenal. So shout out to the support team. They all do a tremendous job. And they will definitely be able to answer any questions about signing up. Also, any kind of technical difficulties if anyone does have issues signing up or accessing their account. The support is on it, and they're very fast to get back to people.
And let me tell you this story about RedTrack. We are an ad tech company. We have multiple API integrations with different traffic sources. Some of them we cannot test. And I won't name the native network just because they're great guys, but we were not able to register the account because they don't operate in all the 3 countries. We have our engineers and QA staff that can test the integration. So they say, hey guys, maybe we can do some fake proxy, do this register so we can test it. You know what? We'll just ask for support. So, from our users who buy traffic, pay you money already. So we'll just do a very careful, live tests for all the API integration. So it happens, and it's sometimes just because all the rules, policy, regulations, and requirements that you need to talk to support team and find the best way to get on board. Now, this one is more common than a question. It was, and sorry, I was keeping in mind until I started talking. It was okay. It was about how could one offer with the same landing pages but just different checkout pages show very drastic results.
Right. Yeah. So it's possible because and I'm not an expert in this field. This is not anything I'm an expert in, but there is like customer psychology and like consumer psychology that has to deal, with things like colors and where things are placed, certain placements. So in America, for instance, you'll see that blue, the color blue, is associated with a lot of banks, a lot of banking institutions. And that is because like colored psychologists have proven or have stated that the color blue is trustworthy, right? So because blue is associated with trust, at least with like corporate institutions here in the US. So banks are blue, banks are a place that you can trust to put your money in. There are a lot of like psychological and sociological aspects that also go into buying in general, right? So again, it's possible on those pages for how they're built, right? Certain things that we're used to, certain things that we're not used to. For instance, a really great example is that if one landing page for the same offer has all of the like kind of certificates at the bottom, so like we're B2B certified or BBB certified, this is a secure page, everything is checked, your money is safe to go here, versus a page that has none of those qualifiers. Well, I don't know about you or other people, but I would feel much more comfortable putting my credit card information on a page that has qualifiers that is very safe versus a page that doesn't have any of that information. And again, it really just comes down to how the pages are built. So you'll find those small different nuances. The other things too are that pages are different, kind of in linguistics as well. So for instance, I saw it was the same offer, 2 different cart pages. One of the options said, input your credit card information. Information is very, regular word that I'm used to. And the secondary cart page that wasn't converting as well. And I don't know if it was just this one part, but it was something that I had noticed, was that instead of information, it said like input your credit card data. And for some reason, maybe it's an American thing, but when you talk about data versus information, just how that word is comprehended is just, it's very different, right? So data relates to privacy violations. Data relates to very personal things. But you could ask for my credit card information any day, but you're not going to ask for my data, right? So it's how that language is used that also has an impact on how pages perform.
Thank you. And this last one is crucially important. And I'm not a native speaker, and I work with US, with UK for like since 2004. I still run into those small nuances of the word, something that we not native speakers find natural to say. It's like you just don't say this in England. You don't say this in Boston, but you can say it somewhere else, and it will totally fine. I mean, just sometimes better ask somebody who is the native speaker for the language, hey, how does it sound? And he'll say, you know what? Nobody will understand you. And to expand on this, sometimes just about small functionality changes or requirements of the page. The example, we were like, I spent many years promoting SaaS software, doing digital marketing, and we had a free trial page. And we wanted to improve the conversion rate of the free trial page. So we did a lot of observations, analysis, recording, and eventually found that sometimes people enter wrong emails and they receive the alert when they click submit button. So we started to show alert that email is typed wrong or email already exists while they fill in the form, because it's possible. This small, tiny change improved the conversion rate of this page, same page, by 20%.
Wow.
Just showing people that you enter wrong information. It has to do with phone number, because it's B2B software, it was a long form. So like email, phone number, something else, show it while they enter, and conversion rate increase. So same maybe even with especially with payment information, with all those tiny details where, well, it's straightforward, but sometimes everybody finds a way to mess it up. So good. Next question, and we have a lot of comments. Let me try to, well, not talk about Metico. That's we see that a lot from the media buyers side. So this is actually a question. Let's go this one. So what offers work well for PPC Google traffic now? And let's put it this way, with Digistore24 products.
So right now, Digistore only offers 2 payment methods. So we only do rev share and CPA right now. So we don't do any like PPC campaigns. We don't do any CPC campaigns either. That being said, I can touch on this a little bit. So
and probably the question is, what would convert best for Google traffic? Like, I don't know, Nutra, financial offers, day loans, stuff like this.
It depends on the offer, and that's the worst comment I can say. It depends, but it does. Some offers do really well for PPC traffic. That being said, I think some of the ones that do the best is, at least in Nutra, trial things like skin offers tend to do well with PPC traffic. Trial offers in general, lower ticket items tend to work well for PPC traffic. Kind of on the flip side, I've also seen things like debt relief work really well for PPC traffic. So a little bit of financial, definitely some Nutra. It just depends. Your higher ticket offers won't do as well for pay-per-click because I think those conversion rates are also a lot different, right? But kind of lower ticket items I've seen do really well for PPC traffic. Other things like lead gen too. Lead gen does pretty well, especially if you're especially on really easy submits. So like first page submits instead of giant forms that are 10 pages long. So just easy things, easy like things that are easy for the consumer.
And from the side of tracking and sharing experience of what we see working for search is that long-term keywords, long-tail keywords, like we have 3, 4, 5, 6 keywords. I mean, you will not get tons of traffic with that, but you can get very high conversion rates. And if the EPC is good, that means you can get good revenue. Again, if you do this, you need to really have high operations, a lot of products you promote, a lot of search campaigns. But if you set this up right and you keep it monitored, it can run on almost an autopilot. We've seen those cases. That's good. Again, you'll never have like for search, you'll never have like Facebook display volumes, of course. But again, it's somewhere to start and then expand to other channels. And fun experience, you mentioned also editorials that work good. When we were doing one of the webinars, probably 2 years ago, I ran traffic myself a bit from the native in Greek for the Greek editorial for some Greek news product, and actually managed to make it positive in 3 weeks. And I
Wow,
mean, it works.
that's awesome.
I mean, should I know it better and do all sometime? Probably it will work even better, but it was for the test. I was doing it for the first time, or just running native with editorials, and they work. They work amazingly well,
So
especially
cool.
with somebody in the doctor suit talking about the impact it works. So uh, then this is a big question, probably to RedTrack. I will just highlight here. Um, it's will not be able to answer it quick. In essence, what we do, we assign a unique ID to each click we receive from paid, email, organic, etc. to your web properties. And then we also pass unique ID to Digistore24, for example. So when conversion happens, we know which click ID converted. We match it back to the original click that came to your landing page, for example, and then we know which click resulted in the conversion, and we send this data back to Facebook, for example. We have Facebook Conversion API. That's in a very nutshell how we operate. We have unique IDs for all the clicks. We don't sample or aggregate the data, so everything's taught click by click, conversion by conversions, billions of clicks per month, and we just do the match and process all those huge volumes of data. Next one. Well, this one.
Oh, and just
Yes.
to go back to this current question too. So another thing is that especially, I mean, it's important if you're doing email for sure, but especially if you're doing paid traffic, you want to have a secondary source where you can track your numbers, right? So you might have a Digistore account or even a ClickBank account, and while you can run traffic and look at the numbers in there, because because Facebook Analytics is going away, I believe. It's very important to have like a secondary source that also houses that data and information, because you never know when like a system might be off or a tracking issue might incur, right? If you can compare those two and see very different numbers, there's going to be a problem. It's just a complete fail safe. So I highly, highly suggest, if you're running any kind of traffic and you don't have a secondary source of tracking, get RedTrack. Like, get anything, but get RedTrack.
Yeah, and it's important that this secondary source is actually an ad tracker that collects data independently. Because it's just some stuff that reads the data from 2 points like Facebook and Digistore via API. That's good to have the data in one place, but that's not an independent measurement, so I can have third party looking at the process, and if something will go wrong, you will not see it. So yes, that's why trackers are important. And talking about all things that are going away, big news is that third-party cookies are not going away next 2 years. Google just released this. So it's good and bad because now we can roll all the stuff we tabled because it's third-party cookie based, like post view attribution, all those things. Now we like will unshelf all those things and start to put them back. And about some other things we're doing, like pure first-party data platform may not be needed next year, but well, we are always ready. But I mean, it's a huge relief for a lot of digital marketers, for a lot of affiliate networks like Digistore, because it gives time to properly prepare for all the tracking changes that will happen eventually. So good. Uh, Now, next one is for you.
Does an account get deleted on Digistore24 if inactive for a long time on its own? No, it does not. So there's no need to worry about that at all. No one's account gets deleted without their consent unless you are a fraudster. So don't send any fraud and your account will be safe.
And that would be true for most of the tools because it's first the internal policies and also combined with external policies. Same with RedTrack. We just, as a tool, we don't tolerate some promotional practices like spam, SMS spam especially. So we get alerts, we notify the user once, notify the second time, third time we just close the account, because if we'll not close the account, somebody will close, for example, our host, and this will impact everybody. So guys, consider the tools used to promote, consider the impact that it may have on the businesses you work with, and you'll be good. This might be a difficult one, but let's try. So how you make this 1,000 week? And by the way, Facebook blocked our ad that you can make a 1,000 week. You know what? There's multiple ways to make more with affiliate marketing. I've never done it myself. I like building SaaS products and doing analytics, but I've seen our customers doing this. And Gabby just mentioned amazing cases. I would not believe it if I read it elsewhere, but I trust you telling this of guys doing some neutral stuff for crazy numbers. So how can one start from zero to $1,000? And I'll finish. We'll leave a link to a great book, From Zero to Super Affiliate by Attila. It has tons of great insights on how you start from zero and get to affiliate doing paid ads. So that's a note to RedTrack team. Let's add the link to this book in the video comments. Now for Digistore.
Nice. I'm very interested to see that book. I would love to give it a read myself. But in terms of what Digistore can offer, so we have a lot of different. We try to set people up for success as much as possible. So we offer things like our Coffee and Cash webinar. So that happens, I believe, it's a monthly webinar that is on a Thursday. I believe the next one is actually next Thursday, the 1st. And today we actually just launched something called Power Affiliate 24. There's also a Facebook group for that. You can learn all about it if you sign up for the Digistore 24 newsletter. But basically, Power Affiliate 24 is going to be a community and a resource for people who are kind of going from $0 to $1,000 a week. So it's they're having their first call today about that. So definitely, try to find information about Power Affiliate 24, but that's going to be a great resource and community for you, at least within the Digistore ecosystem.
And we can probably get this URL from you and also add it in the description of the video. So anybody watching this video in the recording, just open the comments. Don't forget, I always forget to say that, hey, click like button, this bell icon, how all those bloggers say this stuff. But first of all, look for the links in the description of the comments of the video, because then you'll find this link to the book, you'll find to the Power Affiliate community, and probably you may find it useful. Now this one, I'll handle this question, is because I tend to stick a lot with affiliate groups just asking about tracking, but also reading a lot of questions like this. Any paid ads would require huge investments and may be a flop because you need to practice, you need to start small and just grow big. If you want to have a minimal investment, reliable income, and have some time, start with the blogging, start with content marketing, start with promotion of your blog or website or something. This will not give you money the next day or even in the first month, but it requires more of your time and creativity than on the money, and eventually will turn into a steady stream of income. Again, the book about getting from zero to super affiliate with paid ads will be in the description. One of the streams we did before was about how you actually start with the search engine optimization. Affiliate marketing, it's also a tough world, but it's easy to enter and very difficult to scale. But when you start, you get some first results, then you can expand into paid ads. Cool. Next one.
Do affiliates make as much money from Digistore as much as from ClickBank, 6 figures a month, provided that they have a massive budget? I'll just kind of briefly going back to what Vlad said earlier about just being able to have the capital to be able to run ads is kind of first and foremost what you need. So, but to answer the question, yeah, totally. It's completely doable because a lot of the offers are similar, right? But you also have different offers. It's just, again, it comes down to what your niche is, how you're promoting, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, how much money you have put into ads, and then just testing. So you can have as much success on Digistore as you would ClickBank or any other marketplace network or platform. The same goes for things like Commission Junction or any of the other networks, MaxWeb, things like that. It's really just about finding the offers that work for you.
Okay, good. So hope that's, well, from our frequent and constant guests. So what's the good traffic source for promoting Digistore products? I mean, Gabby, you probably know this best because I've just seen, okay, I'm running out of power. What works for RedTrack customers? It will be Facebook, but it's not a full answer.
Right. So because Digistore is just it's a marketplace, we don't necessarily tailor to one kind of affiliate. So, or one, specific traffic type. Right now, I work a lot with Facebook media buyers who are now also doing YouTube. But that being said, I am at heart a tried and true email girl. Email marketing is just if you have a list, it's very safe. Your testing is a lot safer. Granted, you could lose a lot of money depending on how large your list is if you're not running good offers, but you can use any traffic source. That being said, there's been a lot of paid traffic lately. So if you want to go that route, I completely support you. But yeah, it's good to test a little bit in all areas if you haven't, and find what you like and works well for you, because there's a learning curve with every channel anyway. Right? So it's about which one you feel most comfortable with, and then telling your affiliate manager, hey, I run native traffic or I run Facebook, and your affiliate manager should know what offers you should be running, which offers are working best for, your traffic source.
Okay, good. So now 2 more questions. I'll show them one by one because this one is very easy. We're talking about US here, so that's basically it. So what geo works well? US works well. I know. Do you work with Canadian traffic?
A little bit, not too much, but a little bit on the Nutra side, and I used to do some Canadian traffic on the consumer end. So things like antivirus software.
Okay, and there is also Digistore24 Europe. They probably work with many more geos, but that's a different type of story. And
yeah,
this one, it was covered in the beginning, so just please recap that.
So yes, so on the affiliate side, we do provide creatives and landing pages for any of the offers on the marketplace. If you're a vendor, you would naturally need to provide the creatives to us, and we help you build out those landing pages. But yeah, we have you covered on creatives. And what's really great about working with a lot of our vendors is that they'll also create you custom creatives and really anything that you need.
Cool. Now this one, I'll try to answer for Digistore, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, in when you promote offers, if you clock traffic, it means you don't comply with the offer requirements, and that means fraud, and that will lead to your account banned. Now, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, we're in the same boat. Yeah,
So,
we have white hat offers, so don't cloak your offers. But it's also kind of a situation where we wouldn't necessarily have offers that you would need to cloak. So because it's all white hat offers, yeah, there's no need for cloaking. But we also don't allow that, as far as I know.
and I mean, it's good to work with white hat because it makes things simple.
Yeah.
Black hat used to be big, but as computing power increases, machine learning AI gets better and better. It gets really, really hard to trick Google and Facebook, and then just also employ like carpet bombing accounts. They don't care. They block 3 or 4 good guys trying to block one cloaker, and we see this happening. Just for coincidence, accounts being blocked, but if you dig deep, okay, there was a reason for Google or Facebook to draw some conclusions that that those accounts might be connected. Boom, your account is blocked. So uh, if you know what you're doing, you do what you do. But sticking with white hat helps. And we had this on one of our streams talking about that the days of black hats maybe not gone, but more and more businesses are going to white hat because it's simple to do things and it guarantees longevity.
Yeah.
And so this is also the answer for this question. White hat.
Extremely white hat.
Okay. This one, I
Did you
heard
say?
about 8,000 products, so I don't know how we can make more, but
Yeah, so and that was combining the products we have specifically for the US market and the European market. So the European market, so Digistore has been around for the last 10 to 12 years, actually, just in Europe. So it made its US American breakthrough, I think it was about 2 years ago. So we do have quite a number of products on the US side, but we are constantly adding more every single day. So we do email out about those. We do have like monthly promotions about the new offers that we have on. But yes, we do have tons of offers, but the vast majority of them right now are for the European marketplace. We definitely have a huge, couple hundred, maybe 1,000 for the US market.
okay, and good. So now we start to the promotion part. So let's go with this one.
How do we apply for access to become an affiliate for Digistore24? So first and foremost, if you don't have a Digistore24 account, go to the website and sign up right now. It'll be great. So once you're in, you're going to go to the marketplace and you'll see a lot of different kinds of offers. Some of them you can just start promoting off the bat, but some you actually need to apply for. And again, that is because the vendor has a lot of control when it comes to Digistore24 in, who they're going to allow on their offers, and which is really beneficial for them. So you can go in, look through the marketplace, immediately start promoting a really, really huge number of the offers. And if some of them say to apply to promote, all you have to do is click that button and then it'll shoot a message to the vendor and they can approve you or deny you based on some of the questions that you filled out. So like, for instance, some of the vendors don't want Facebook traffic, right? Or they might only want to work with, 1 to 5 Facebook media buyers, which is where I would step in and go to bat for you, right? And get you approved, get you on the offer, just because it's a lot easier when you know someone, or you're talking with an affiliate manager who can actually like vouch for you in your traffic. So that's another way to do it. But there are lots of offers that you can promote right off the bat without needing to apply to actually promote them.
Okay, now 2 questions about RedTrack promos. So this one, Uh, Actually, right now we run a midsummer sale because it's midsummer. Today is that particular day when it's probably today. I mean, different cultures have it differently, but I think it's at least in Lithuania it is today, the longest day. And we run this midsummer sale. Yes, it's not applicable to pro, but I do know that if you reach to our team, talk to them, maybe they will figure out something for you, which will be very, very similar, maybe just without all those added bonuses for advanced team account if you go for 6 months. This one is great one. How do you join Power24 Facebook group?
Awesome. So we will have the links to sign up for the newsletter and links for Power Affiliate 24 after the live stream is concluded. So you can find that. Vlad and your team will probably post those in the comments or the description.
Yeah, and since this is live stream, we just cannot create description and update things before it's over. Probably we can. We never thought about this. We'll see. But that was a question that was not planned, or the promotion of links was not planned. This one too was about the promotion for this webinar live stream. No, but like I said, we have this midsummer deal, and probably so you can find our promo codes anywhere with a lot of people promoting us, supporting us. So just check the websites or go straight for pricing page. Midsummer deal is going on for the next probably 4 days, and you're good to take a chance. And we still have time even for demo and all those stuff. Okay, this one probably will be one of the last questions because we have a lot, and I promise sometimes we just have 5 minutes. Today we're having all this Q&A session for more than 40, well, almost 40 minutes right now. And surprise, we have more people on the stream right now than in the beginning. So everybody comes for Q&A session, and we'll probably watch the valuable part of you doing the content in the recording, just to be very, very careful. So how can I get offers I can promote right away? This was answered. Just sign up, go to marketplace, pick up the offers you can access, right?
Yep.
Cool. So this one is very easy, and hooray, we are through all the questions. I can show you this huge list of, we had a bunch of different comments. Everybody will be able to see them in their videos when they will be over. Cool. Thank you very much. It was the great pleasure to have you today on the call. Thank you for all those insights. It was amazing. We will be waiting for all those additional links, add them to the screen. And by the way, you know that since we work with Digistore, sometimes having two teams communicating together helps solve things fast. And that's a huge boon both for Digistore side and for our side, because if something is not right, we can actually reach out, ask questions, get fast response. That's amazing, and that helps everybody involved. So, Gabby, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll put it right here because it was a very useful live stream, and it will be recorded, will be saved, and our support team will refer to it often. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, happy midsummer. Thank you so much. This was excellent. I loved this. Thank you.
Cool. So we'll have one more when you ready to share more insights. We'll be happy to have another one.
Anytime.
Have a great day. Take
Bye.
care.